This season, our show has gone completely virtual. You know, no live studio audience, rarely guests on the set. But you know, one thing hasn't changed, the results and the drama that ensues afterwards. So today, our past guests have turned their cameras back on and they're rejoining us to deliver brand new updates. Now, before the pandemic, we met Shonda. Now, Shonda came to the show to prove that her boyfriend, Richard Jr., was the father of her two daughters. But it wasn't Richard Jr. who was denying these children. It was his meddling father, Richard Sr., and his wife, Gigi. Take a look at that appearance. Why does Richard Sr. deny your kids?
He says that they're too light-skinned, they have curly hair, they have colored eyes, and I'm tired of you talking about my children. You said, and my home.
Well, his wife is denying your kids.
She don't know nothing. Today, he's gonna know that those are his grandchildren.
Richard Jr., he's a good dad to these
He's
kids.
a wonderful father. He is amazing. You don't know what you're talking about.
To deceive him and have him raising something that ain't his. You sure that's your family?
Yeah, I'm positive it's my family.
When it comes to 3-year-old Sanaya, Richard Jr., you are the father. 3-month-old Amina, Richard Jr., you are the father.
I'm sorry.
That's all I wanted.
Wow, an apology. But recently, Shonda welcomed a daughter named Legacy. And soon after Legacy was born, Richard Sr. once again began denying that his son Richard Jr. was the father. Watch. Do you really think Richard would do this to you again?
I think that Mr. Rich is out of his mind.
Why I gotta be out my mind, Shonda?
He's making me out to be a liar. He's making me out to look like I'm some type of loose woman who was running around sleeping on my man. These are his grandchildren, all of them. Once I gave birth to Legacy, he started with his bull crap. Again, all his delusions came out. Mr. Rich believes that I conspired my induction so that Rich could not be there, so because the real father was there.
He doesn't like you because you're biracial?
Something in my DNA that just makes me be a woman who isn't faithful.
It wasn't enough the last time that you had to apologize on national television?
I had my doubts at that time too. So, and that's now.
Gigi, you've turned around. You're on the other side now, aren't you?
Yes, I was on Shonda's side. Like, that's his grandchild.
So it was time to talk to Richard Jr. and find out the paternity test result. Mr. Rich, what is this biracial thing? Let's get over this.
I come from a culture family, an African family that, I don't know. She mixed with a lot of things.
My father was a black man. My father was a black man.
How does it make you feel that your father is up to his old tricks?
I'm really disappointed in him, man. It's making me real angry and disappointed that my father's doing this right now.
He is my husband, not your child.
You ever had a doubt that that's your daughter?
No doubts at all in my mind. I mean, look at her. She looks just like me.
But she's a manipulator as well. This is what she
Three. You can't count. It's 3 of them.
I don't know that yet.
In the case of 3-year-old Legacy, Richard Jr., you are
the father.
You are the grandfather.
In this next story, the shades of the truth had this couple scrambling for answers. A man named Rome was denying his daughter Loyalty, mainly because of the color of her skin. But Loyalty's mother, Ashley, was positive that Rome was her dad. Watch. It's all because, Ashley, of the way your daughter looks.
Yes, because she has blonde hair and blue eyes and light skin. I shouldn't even have to do something like this. I shouldn't have to prove that this is his child.
You think they look alike?
Of course, like they have the same facial features, like the mouth, the nose.
You see that baby got blonde hair and blue eyes right now.
That's your baby.
You
She
see
looks
that
like you.
baby
She's
got
your
blonde
baby.
hair. Look at that bitch.
And you're not together?
Hey, look, we be together sometime.
Does anybody in your family or Rome's family favor blonde hair, blue eyes, light skin?
Well, of course, we have light-skinned people all throughout the family, but we were told his great uncle has blonde hair, blue eyes, and black people come in all shapes, of course. We're all shades, colors, we're black people.
Everything was fine until the child was born.
When the baby come out, I'm looking. I say, baby got blonde hair. I look at her.
I don't give a damn if she has green hair.
Yeah.
It's your baby.
Man, this is the doctor baby.
In the case of 2-month-old loyalty, Rome, you are the father.
Exactly. Boo-yeah.
You know, that story lit up our social media pages. One viewer named Lisa wrote on our Facebook page, "Is baby loyalty albino? That might be why she looks so white." Well, we spoke to Ashley and Rome, and they said after multiple doctor's appointments, it's been determined that baby loyalty is not albino. But she also reported that everything is going well in their family. So we wish them the best of luck. Now, we recently met a mother named Heather, who out of anger told her ex-husband Jeff that he was not the father of her 3-year-old son, Elijah. Heather then revealed to Jeff that her current husband, Dustin, was the dad. So Heather needed a DNA test to untangle the web of lies that she had spun. When he saw Elijah for the first time, what was his reaction?
He decided he wasn't his from the get-go.
I was there during the pregnancy. I took her to her baby doctor appointments.
At the end of the day, you signed the birth certificate. You decided you were going to be there, and then what? Throw me into the bus every single day of the last of our relationship?
Why are you so sure, Heather, that he's the father? Did you test the other guy?
No, I didn't test the other guy.
Yeah, you was cheating on me in Tennessee. You told me you had a boy like that, and you got with Dustin.
Because I did a DNA test, I lied. I didn't do a DNA test. I just told you that to shut you up. The first 7 months of his life, every day, all I heard was, maybe you need to go find his real dad. Well, no. If you signed on, you signed the birth certificate, you are his real dad.
Is it possible that Dustin could be the father?
Absolutely no biological chance that Dustin could be Elijah's father.
Then why would you tell Jeff that?
Because he literally every day would punish me. Newsflash, I never knew Dustin during the time that I got pregnant with Elijah.
It was time to hear from Dustin and then reveal the DNA results. Was Jeff the father or was it Dustin? Take a look. Is there any chance, Dustin, that you could be the father of Elijah?
No, sir. It's physically not possible.
And why would they
Go
want my rights to be signed over to you then?
Because you literally chose something else over your children.
If I prove that Jeff is the father, are you going to allow Jeff to be back into Elijah's life?
There will be some high stipulations to that.
You'd have to have stipulations with my children. If she doesn't do what makes him happy, then I don't get to see my kids.
In the case of 3-year-old Elijah, Dustin, you are not the father.
I told you, Jeff.
Jeff, you are not the father.
Well,
Wow. We wanted to see how Heather and Dustin were doing after those results, so take a look at this.
Maury, it's Heather and Dustin here. Just wanting to say thank you for having us on the show. Obviously, Dustin wasn't the father, which I already knew. But when Jeff was not the father, I have to admit, I was even shocked. I always knew there was a small possibility, but I just wasn't expecting that outcome. Coming on your show really gave us the answers that we needed.
Yes, Maury. Elijah will always be my son. I will always be there for him.
Maybe we'll be back with the other guy, or maybe not. But we sure do appreciate you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
You are not the father.